Hello and welcome. We got some serves and shots as it's another basketball-volleyball feature on the show today. I'm Dip Dipianco.
And I'm Jamie Lavatoria. On this episode, we got some veterans from the Cignal Super Spikers to talk about their continued success in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Plus, we still got some NBA All-Star features coming your way. This is Starting Lineup.
Dancing, swaying, shooting.
Puts her on top and hits with a nice attacker three.
But then again,
Suwaisay tosses to Netura.
We invited two veterans from the Cignal Super Spikers to give us a hint on their secret to success, and hopefully they share it with us tonight. Let's welcome in Tin Tiamzon and Don Makandili Katindig. Ladies, thank you for being here on the show. We had your teammates last week. Ngayon, kayo naman, mga veterans naman ng mga kasama natin. Mga batchmates ba natin?
Yeah, batchmates.
Well, Don and Tin, first time on the show together.
Yes.
Well, it's been a year since Tin made her comeback sa PVL and of course returning and joining Cignal. Ano yung thought process mo dito, Don, of her coming back to the PVL and then naging teammate mo siya ulit sa Cignal naman?
Actually, si Tin, last year, before nung nagbalik siya sa volleyball, nagdi-dinner lang kami, nanood siya ng game. Tapos, we were catching up, yung status niya sa Canada. And I was like, ayaw mo maglaro ulit? Balik ka na. And then, parang, ano bang nasa isip mo noon at napapayag kitang bumalik?
Na-miss ko din. Na-miss ko din. Na-miss din kita maging teammate. Pero yeah, yung ano din, parang I think timing dun since status ko sa Canada kasi parang what I planned didn't really work out.
Yeah.
Tapos yung mga plans din ng mga ate ko, parang yung timing, it all just worked perfectly. Tapos sabi ko, I have this chance again and I don't think I'm gonna get it again, kasi, you know, I'm not gonna be as young as I was.
Yeah.
So, nung nag-accept ako kay ate doon, so sabi ko, why not? Kaya pa naman ng katawan ko. So, yeah, last chance sa volleyball.
Well, you both share a lot of glorious years in the UAP. You're both three-time UAP champions. Tin, how is it like being back? Of course, the level of play has gone up and up since the last time you played. How is it so far?
Sobrang nakakatuwa yung progression na nakikita ko sa volleyball dito sa Pilipinas. Lalo na, like, kahit sa national team lang natin, yung performance nila in the past few years has been really amazing. Kasi ngayon, nagme-medal na tayo, yung cohesion ng team na nag-grow na talaga yung program. And sobrang nakakatuwa makita yon coming from nung before pa ako nag-retire. So, and also nakakatuwa din makita yung mga bata, yung level ng play. Lalo na din sa UAAP ngayon, nakaka-excite kasi yung future and yung potential ng mga players dito is sobrang nakaka-excite.
Which you will be covering also, by the way, di ba? Mga UAAP games natin in the future. So, you mentioned the national team, di ba? Getting medals and competing internationally. Don, you came from a stint in the SEA Games and then also after ng mga tournaments last year with Cignal, yun nga, you took a break, you went with the national team. Tell us about that whole experience of being away ulit. Minsan namimiss mo, I'm sure, yung mga teammates mo sa Cignal, but for bigger reasons, which is to represent the Philippines.
Coming from the national team, siguro ang dami kong nababaon na learnings, especially coming up against powerhouses ng kanya-kanyang countries. And yun, pinipilit ko talaga siyang i-share sa teammates ko. And at the same time, parang mas naano rin, na parang nasa-sharpen yung leadership skills ko. And ang dami ko natututunan kay Gia, sa captain. So yun, talagang ang dami kong learnings from the national team na dinadala ko sa Cignal.
Pag ganyan ba instant yung communication mo with them? For example, you're in Thailand. That time, kunwari, you played the game, your first game in the SEA Games. That day ba, may nakakausap ka sa team sa Cignal or your full focus is with Alas Pilipinas pag ganyang may tournament?
Pag may tournament, talagang my focus is with the national team or with Cignal. So parang talagang zoned in ako kung sang man team ako nandun.
So kumbaga iniipon mo muna yung all the learnings saka may
Yes.
pa-process, then that's when you'll be able to share it with your club teammates.
Yes.
Now, Don, after all your illustrious duties, now you're back in the PVL. What is your take so far on how the team is right now?
Sobrang laki with the 3 years I've been with Cignal, sobrang laki talaga ng naging improvement namin in terms of maturity. And I can also see that there's a lot of room for growth.
Yeah.
So, yun, parang trabaho lang talaga everyday.
3 years na yun? Ganun kabilis?
So fast.
Yeah.
Grabe, parang kailan lang when you signed with Cignal. But Tin, yun nga, ang bilis ng panahon, di ba? You, almost a year na rin since you were back. That time, you were new with sila Jewel. And then this conference, may bago rin kayong signing in Ivy. So, now that you have this composition of team, what would you make of the chemistry ngayon? Dahil nakapag-trip na kayo to Japan din, which I'm sure helped you guys with your bonding and samahan sa loob ng court.
Yes, yung trip talaga sa Japan, it helped a lot sa team dynamics namin. And I think mas napaklaro pa kung yung role namin sa team, bawat isang player. Tapos, and I think yung team namin is, I think, relatively young, yung majority ng players. So, yun nga, sabi na ate doon, nakita niya yung maturity and sobrang nakaka-proud din yung mga players to see how they are maturing as well, not just physically as a player, but also mentally and emotionally.
Now, Tin, I read an article about you coming back
Uy.
to Cignal, and you mentioned you want to love the sport again.
Yeah.
You know, you've been with Cignal for almost a year now. You've gotten to make new friendships. Is that love back for the game?
Yeah, I would say yes. Kasi sobrang thankful ako, Ate Don, for inviting me back. Kasi parang na-rekindle nga yung pagmamahal ko sa sport. Siyempre, competing in a very hyper-competitive setting, minsan nakakalimutan mo na, lalo na you're doing it every day. Pero, you know, with my teammates right now, sobrang nakakatuwa silang kasama outside and inside the court. So, sobrang
Alam mo, instrumental talaga
Yeah.
si Don sa pag-recruit.
Key leader,
Diba?
everything.
Si MJ Perez na naglaro ulit dito for the reinforced. And then si Tin. Sino ba mga nasa listahan mo na gusto mong pabalikin sa...
Secret.
malalim yung bench ni Ate Don.
But mapupuno yan ng mga recruits si Don. But tell us about it, Don. Where does that come from? Yung, kumbaga, yung influence mo of being able to convince and encourage your teammates to be back and to be better in the PVL?
Siguro, yung sharing yung experiences ko with Cignal. So, I think it's all good things. Kaya parang just the fact na nag-share ako about my experiences, yung masaya, yung very family-oriented yung Cignal team. And also, yung sistema ng Cignal and under Coach Shaq na ang dami ko pa rin natututunan. So, siguro na-inspire din sila na, okay pa lang pumunta sa Cignal kasi ganun yung na-experience ko. Yun.
Alam na natin yung
True
selling
leader.
point. I think ito yung next na...
We'll see. We'll see. Well, ladies, we'll hear more from you in a bit. So stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. Tin Son and Don Makandili Kantidig are still here on the show to talk about their ongoing PVL All-Filipino Conference. Earlier we talked about ALAS, the preparations. Now let's talk about the All-Filipino Conference. You guys are currently at a 3-1 win-loss record. And Tin, I'm looking at the stats right now from your first game. 18 points with 6 service aces.
Player of the game agad.
Oh my goodness. How is that like? And how do you prepare before a game? Are you the type to watch footage of the opponent or you just focus on your game?
Usually I do watch footage mga 2 nights before the game. Tapos nire-review ko lang ano yung pwede kong ma-prepare from my opponents. Siyempre, where yung spray nila sa spike, ganon. Kung where I should be blocking, where I should be digging. and also where I should be placing the ball. I think yung first game, it was a fresh pair of legs coming from Japan, the Japan training camp that we did. So parang tinay ko lang talaga i-apply yung mga natutunan ko from the Japanese coaches and players to the game. So I think ipagpatuloy pa namin yun, we could go far in the tournament. I really do believe so.
Did that include yung serving? Kasi 6 aces
My gosh.
Yung sa serving, I think with serving, I was just really ipasok mo lang yung bola and find the target na madaming space.
Yeah.
Yun lang yung nasa mindset ko. And I guess it works. So, yun lang talaga yung mindset ko nung game na yun. So, sa serving din, minsan luck lang din na maybe off game yung mga passers. So, yeah, yun lang.
Yeah, 6 out of the 18 points came
Right.
from the service area. How about for you, Don? So what a strong start for Cignal as the leader of this team. Did you expect this type of performance from the get-go? Dahil ngayon lang ulit nga kayo na kompleto, di ba? Tapos may bago pa kayong player in Ivy, yung mga recent signings niyo, wala pang 1 year halos sa team. But to start off this All-Filipino, is that type of performance that you expected from your teammates?
Yes, kasi coming from the Japan training camp, we did a lot of tune-up games. And lahat talaga nung ginawa naming yung ginawa namin sa mga tune-up namin sa Japan really showed in our first few games.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of yun nga, continuing it and working hard. And yun, talagang bilib na bilib ako sa team namin. And yun, I hope that everyone still works hard and sees na we really could go far.
Yeah.
No, Don, it's not easy with all these numbers that I'm reading, also 43% efficiency, 17 excellent digs. I mean, where does this confidence come from, and how do you sustain that until the very end?
Kasi ako, since nung college, yung in-instill sa amin kasi ni Coach Ramil is that every training pa lang, sa training pa lang, parang you give your 110%. You treat it as a game. So, siguro naging muscle memory ko na lang talaga to go all out in whenever I'm at training, at games. So, parang walang nagbabago sa akin. Even if I feel a lot of feelings, syempre, din pa rin naman yung kaba and everything. But because I've trained for this and consistently and do it, kahit na kung ano man nararamdaman ko, kung tinatamad ako, kung masaya ako, kung malungkot ako, I just do everything pa rin. Do the drills, everything at training. Yun, same pa rin yung result na mangyayari.
Which is why
Wow.
you're super consistent, di ba? Your numbers speak for your performance. 13.8 excellent digs. Yun yung kanyang ina-average lang
So
naman.
good.
43% efficiency in that. So, I mean, I read somewhere on social media recently na parang si Don, she changed the way the libero plays, di ba? Siya talaga nung college with, yun, alam mo yun, kaya
Yeah.
miss everywhere, di ba? Kasi yung mga saves mo, yun yung mga impossible na, pero ikaw yung nakakagawa ng paraan. So, at least we know a part of that secret kung bakit consistency doon. But I'm sure ang dami pang hard work
Of course.
behind that. Tin, speaking of all the work that you put in behind the scenes, what did you do to really get back in form? Kasi I'm sure you worked hard as well, yung weights, all that, yung court training. Kasi it showed in your player of the game, 18 points with your consistency with your recent games. What were the things that you really did for this?
I think yung major part of it is syempre sa training, yun nga, sinabi ni Ate Don, intentionality sa kada training na talagang if you're in training, 100% focus sa training yung yung focus and yung awareness mo and also yung intention mo to do your best. And also, I think it translates as well outside of the court, yung disiplina sa pagkain, sa weights, yung recovery mo din with rehab, you're listening to your PT if you need to rest or if you need to load up more. So yeah, I think the team behind din dun sa so far na na-achieve ko, I'm very thankful kasi sila yung SNC and PT ko din from F2 pa. So I chose to work with them kasi they already knew the history of yung mga injuries ko, yung things that I need to work on outside of the volleyball court.
Well, you just mentioned injuries, but far beyond the skill, it's of course the mental game. After the wins and losses of even just from last year with Cignal, how do you train your mind to? Are you the type to just let it go, or you think about it, or how does your mind process those games?
Honestly, sometimes I'm an overthinker. Even if sabi ko, hindi pala ganun ka. Like, looking back retroactively, parang, hindi pala ganun ka sama yung game ko. But sometimes I hyper-focus on an error. So, I'm trying to unlearn that habit. And I think, maturity ko sa mental part na yun ng game, I think, slowly but surely, I'm getting better at it. To forget yung mga errors. Kasi, yun nga, one game is different from the next.
Yeah.
So, move on lang sa next game. So, yeah, continue lang yung process na yun.
For both of you guys, would you say now that you've gotten more mature in your playing, would you say you're a totally different player now than you were years back siguro when you guys were in your old teams? Or is it the same Don na parang ganito yung galawan ko, ito pa rin yung foundation ko? So same with you, Tin, because when you came back for sure there was a change that you felt. So yeah.
Ako for sure. Kasi, yun nga, yung sinabi niyo, miss everywhere, you die for the ball. Not even dive, you die for the ball.
Wala yung V, no?
Yeah. So, ngayon, parang nung pumunta nga ako sa Cignal, sabi ni Coach na lahat ng bayani, patay na. So hindi na to yung time na magpakabayani palagi. So, meron talagang times na you just let the ball go kasi mas priority pa rin yung health mo. So yun, medyo smarter na ako doon. Let go na ako.
Buti naman.
Yes.
How about for you, Tin?
Yeah, I think maturity then from the old Tin, I could see my growth din naman. Yung, syempre, physicality is not the same as when I was in college or nung 2021 when I stopped playing. Or 2022, sorry. But yeah, yung patience ko din sa sarili ko, I think, grew. So, yun yung pinakamalaking difference na nakikita ko sa sarili ko.
But whatever that changes, it's paying off
Yes.
for you guys. You guys are doing well, and we wish you the best of luck in the ongoing All-Filipino Conference. So stay healthy, and we'll see you guys maybe in the end of the conference to talk about the whole thing. Thank you so much, Don and Tim.
Thank you.
All right, we turn the page over to the NBA once again. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. There's more NBA All-Star features, and we will bring you another this time featuring Dylan Harper. Let's watch this.
Hello, Philippines. This is the moment I've been waiting for the whole day. Dylan Harper.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, boss?
Welcome. I hope you don't mind if we talk Philippines.
It's all good, man.
Well, first of all, before we talk about that, I mean, there's no movie that can script what's going on right now, and you, your brother, your dad, going to be part of like a competition. What are your general thoughts about that? Because that stuff never happens.
I mean, definitely excited. I mean, once in a lifetime thing. We might be like the only family to do something like this ever.
So. Yeah.
So I mean, having that kind of pedigree and that kind of just accomplishment under our belts is amazing.
Right. The All-Star Weekend, regardless of whether it's like Rising Stars or whatever part, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it can be overwhelming. But for Dylan, is it easy work or is it overwhelming? What do you think about the weekend?
I mean, I think it's my first weekend here. Definitely a little overwhelming just being here around everyone and all the great players. But I think just once you get in the flow of things, I think everything just flows easily. I think just being in this position, I mean, I'm very grateful.
Yeah, for sure. Do you get starstruck with anyone still? You've been around the game for a long time?
Not no more. I
Okay.
think starstruck, I think like when we first get in the league, play against someone for the first time, like, oh wow, like I'm on the court against them. But I mean, I think I played against pretty much everyone.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I mean, not no more.
Not no more. Okay. All right, let's talk about all of the Filipino side
Yes.
because in the Philippines, basketball is not fandom. It's kind of like an identity
Yeah.
already. And with you knowing, your pops, your mom, is it the same with you? Does it apply to you that it is kind of your identity too? And what do you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think the identity, biggest part, is knowing where you came from, knowing the history of my family, my mom's side, and just understanding all that. I think that I kind of carry that with me every time I play or every time I represent something. So, I mean...
Is the responsibility, does it get heavy?
I mean, not really, not for me. I think there's something like, obviously I think about it, but it's like, I think when you have like a great responsibility, something that big, I mean, you're doing something right.
Right.
So that's how I try to look at it. And just every day I just try to keep on pushing forward.
Right. And Filipino fans, obviously, when they like someone, regardless of whether they're Filipino or not, they kind of adopt you. It gets really intense, right? It gets really,
definitely.
Tell me about the experience of, being followed, being interacted with Filipino fans.
I mean, I see Filipino fans everywhere.
Yeah.
I think we just played the Lakers. There's a whole bunch of people there. Sure. I mean, everywhere I go, there's at least There's at least 5 people there, 10 people there that support the Filipino heritage and just everything else in between. So I mean, it's definitely great to see that, and I mean, just the love that comes around, whether that's in person, on Instagram, or anything, is amazing.
Does it get too intense?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Can you tell me about certain things that
sometimes it's real
strange,
crazy. Just like sometimes like the popping up randomly, like at hotels, stuff like that, is a little crazy.
Really, all Filipino fans just asking for whatever.
But I mean, it's part of business.
Right. What's your strangest interaction with a fan, regardless of whether they're Filipino or not?
I don't think I have a strange one.
Really?
I don't. I think all of them are very, I think, reasonable.
Okay.
Where I'm at
Good for you.
like if I'm like at the grocery store, like
Right.
at like a Target or something, like they'll come up to me. I feel that's pretty reasonable. That's probably like I haven't got anything too crazy.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah, never. Hopefully never, bro.
not.
Yeah.
All right, Filipino players, especially the guards, they're known for their creativity despite their size. Obviously, that's how they excel,
Yeah.
right? Do you relate to that kind of improvisational basketball? And what kind of player are you? Are you a field player? Are you do you improvise a lot?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, my dad gave me my height, so I mean, but I think besides that, I think the ability to create. I mean, Jordan Clarkson, Jalen Greens. I mean, I think we all have something in common where we can get to our own spots, score the ball, just put ourselves in a great position to score. So I mean, and to make plays for everyone else. So I mean, I think that the Filipino guards in the NBA, I think we all have a little bit in common, big guards, stuff, things like that. So I mean, yeah, definitely.
All right. A lot of, obviously, Filipinos love the fact that our athletes are also very humble. How do you balance staying grounded, but also having extreme confidence playing against these elite athletes?
I mean, staying grounded is easy for me. I think just remembering where I came back from, just give grace to that, and just it takes a village, just any way I can help out, or just being that kind of role model. Whereas like you don't want to be that person that people know you for just being too cocky. So I mean, that's how I try to just keep myself grounded and humble.
And where does your confidence come from?
The gym. I mean, working out a lot. I think working out a lot. I think that it just helps me.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm hoping for shots to go in. It's like I know I've worked on this shot multiple times and just seen the ball go in the net on my own. And then when we get in a game, it's like I've been doing this.
You've got a lot of influence, obviously, from your dad and your mom when it comes to basketball stuff. But what is 100% Dylan's when it comes to basketball? What is 100% yours that is not influenced by your dad or your mom?
I mean, I'd say my swag on the court.
Okay.
I would say my swag, how I carry myself. I think it's kind of me.
Yeah.
I think just growing up through the years, just learning different things. I think I kind of just implemented into all one big Dylan bubble.
Can you say what's up to all the Filipino fans who's watching?
What's up, all the Filipino fans watching? Appreciate y'all. Keep tuning in. Love from over here.
All right, stay healthy, man. And
Yes,
good
sir.
luck this
Appreciate
weekend.
it.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jamie Lavatoria.
And I'm Dip Dipianco. This is Starting Lineup.